Alright, here's version 17 of my space game in Godot. Let's have a look-ski. So, yes, as you can see in this version, I've got some HUD elements that show a box, some brackets, some staples around things you can see, and then gives you some information about them. Right now I've got how far away they are from the camera and their type. That's about it. They sort of resize nicely and hug the shape of the object and merge into a box if you get sufficiently far away. Um, yep, that's cool and fun. I went back and watched some old footage of Descent Free Space to get an idea for how I wanted them to look. I think it works alright. Now, the other thing was some warping in graphical effects. So previously, ships would warp in, they just go boop and appear. But now, there's a cool graphical thing that happens. So there's two parts to it. There's two shaders involved. There's a geometry shader that steps through the mesh and from front to back sort of puts each vertex into position, into its final position, and stuff behind it is scaled off to a very large distance away. I think that looks alright. And then the other effect is a color inversion. It's more apparent. This environment doesn't show it very well, but if it's against a more interesting background, you can see that it inverts everything that you can see through it, color-wise, which looks right, looks fun. So I'm happy with that. So for the next release, there's a couple of weirdnesses around warping in. I want to revisit the warping interface because this is relatively terrible. But right now you can queue up two warp ins back to back, and they come in out of order sometimes, like that. So this one didn't appear where its ghost indicated that it would, because when the warp in happens, this one isn't there. It's only there at the end of the turn preview. So I'm going to fix that for the next release. And there are some bugs with the AI. So they've got a little target acquisition loop that runs in the background, and there are inconsistencies. I noticed it because of the distance here. So this stops at 216. If I replay the turn, I hope it's going to be different. 215. So there's some inconsistencies there in how long it takes the enemy units to acquire a target. I think it might be something to do with like the target acquisition logic is running while the game is paused when it shouldn't be, or maybe it preserves the target that it acquired last turn. Something like that. So just a couple of relatively boring bug fixes for the next release. But yeah, let's watch those cool warping effects again. Very nice. Okay, that's all. Bye bye.